Belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood. To inspire and to motivate to action would be the purpose of this speech. The reason that I have earned the right to represent what it is that Roosevelt spoke on in this particular speech is that I too have been in the arena. I am still here taking strenuous action to overcome. The three main points I will be covering are as follows. I will speak on his biography, I will touch on some facts that prove that Theodore was an extraordinary man, and I will also touch briefly on his acts of service to the world. Then, of course, there is the speech itself, the man in the arena. Theodore Roosevelt's biography are as follows. Baby Theo. Theodore Roosevelt Jr., often referred to as Teddy, or his initials TR. Teddy's interest in nature began at an early age. Here's another one. Let's see. Roosevelt was an American politician, a statesman, a conservationist, a naturalist, a historian, and a writer who served as the 26th President of the United States from 1901 to 1909. And he still, to date, is the youngest president to have been in office. Now let's talk about what made him so incredible. Roosevelt had many achievements, and they are as follows. To the national forests in the West, he added enormously. He also fostered great irrigation projects. He was a Nobel Prize winner. He built the Panama Canal. This is interesting. The canal, being one of the greatest and largest projects to ever be undertaken, is often referred to as one of the 7 wonders of the world. The Meat Inspection Act, along with the Pure Food and Drug Act. I'll let this sink in for a bit. You don't want to know the research that went in behind the meat inspection. We can all be eternally grateful for these 2 acts that are still maintained and followed today that he created and established. Whoever rules the oceans rules the world. I love heroes. Roosevelt felt very strongly about the United States Navy. One thing that I forgot to mention is that he also got the Medal of Honor for his acts of bravery while serving in the Army on the battlefield. And so I've got several slides showing his, because I didn't want y'all to get bored. I really got me excited. His acts and his speeches still affect the world today. And let's get on to the speech already, shall we? The man in the arena. When a speech is as well written as The Man in the Arena, it resonates with its audience, and it may very well become a staple in historical collective memory. This is such a speech. Although it was written 100 years ago, it continues to have a lasting impact today. Delivered at the Sorbonne in Paris, France on April 23rd, 1910, the actual title of the speech is Citizen in a Republic and was 35 pages in length. The speech itself covered many ideas and comments on both the New World and the Old. So even though it spread like wildfire, in turn benefiting the entire world, it was initially directed to these 2 continents, which would be America and Europe. Plus, importantly, a democracy needed leaders of the highest caliber in order to hold the average citizen to a high standard. Not by words alone were they to do this, but by their deeds as well. Roosevelt firmly believed that a person learned by doing. It is better to stumble than to do nothing at all. The famous paragraph from that speech, reproduced on the papers handed out to you all, expressed the standard by which he judged himself and others. His speech was a wild success. It was even turned into a pocketbook that sold 5,000 copies in 5 days. And it translated all across the EU. Some things that we can learn from Roosevelt as a speaker is to do things that we speak on, first and foremost, of course, because he was a man of action. He did what it is that he spoke on. Roosevelt was a man who acted out on what it is that he spoke on. He also spoke with much conviction and passion. using his personal charisma and energy to get things done. He crusaded endlessly on matters big and small, exciting audiences with his high-pitched voice, his jutting jaw, and his pounding fist. We could take note on his techniques and learn from his method of speaking. He takes urgent and bold action to make the world a better place. And then I've got a clip, and I don't know where I am on time, but I'm sure that I'm almost running out. Thank you. Well, all the...
Click the middle of the, yeah.
I've got nothing.
That's okay.
Well, anyway, the speech is amazing, and I found the very best, like, it was so motivating. I was so excited to show you guys, or let you guys listen. But basically, to sum it up, he goes from, he believed that a man with a sneer, a sign, or that judged others, was a sign of weakness. And he built people up, and he encouraged people, and he stood up and he spoke on the things that were wrong. That's what he did. And he did it in such a way, he changed the entire American presidency. He did things and stood up for the people in ways that no other president before him has done. And that's what I want to do. And that's what we can do through speaking. We can inspire, we can invoke, we can motivate to action through our speech by using some of the techniques that he, and oh, on your handouts. So what is it that you all plan to do to inspire and to motivate, to conquer and to help conquer, to build up? What is it that you plan on doing? And so I've on your handout listed some things that maybe if you want that you can look at, and that's all that I have. Thank you so much.